Archangel Michael says, "There is no more time to remain silent, for something irreversible has just been signed behind your back. The gavel has fallen in the hidden chambers where power is kept from the public eye. Someone in a high place, a position of mighty influence, has studied your name, read your story, and passed a verdict that carries consequences for your entire destiny. There were whispers before, but they've now turned into sealed documents and coded conversations. A decision about you was not made lightly, it was made with intention, with deep observation, and with reasons that you weren't even supposed to know. Yet the truth has broken free, and now the storm cannot be stopped." Archangel Michael says, "That person of power, whose words shake institutions and whose nod turns fate, has moved a piece on the board, and your name is engraved on it. You thought you were being overlooked, underestimated, forgotten, but no, your case was always under watch. The powerful eyes have been judging your movements, your silence, your resistance, your loyalty, and your strength. They called in others, checked records, made comparisons, and replayed events that you may not even remember. But you've left a spiritual footprint too strong to erase, and now their conclusion is here. The outcome of this judgment has already set something massive in motion." Type Amen to get blessing 333. Someone who has never smiled before while reviewing cases suddenly paused when your name appeared. They sensed something unusual, something beyond logic, and they knew, this was not an ordinary situation. The power behind their pen carried divine weight, and their decision will not just affect paper, it will shift realities. A notification has already gone out, but not the kind that rings a phone. It's a divine echo, a call into the fabric of time that will lead someone directly to your door. You may think nothing is changing, but in silence, the earth is already rotating toward your awakening. In a room full of lawmakers, leaders, and influencers, your file was the last one reviewed, held until the very end for a reason. Because it wasn't supposed to be judged like the others. Yours needed a moment of spiritual download, and that moment arrived at midnight when the wind outside carried your ancestors' breath into the chamber. The judge leaned forward, reading your truth like a secret code woven through lifetimes. There were voices, silent but fierce, urging them to see the fullness of your spirit, your suffering, your worth. And something shifted inside them. Type Amen to get blessing 711. You've been evaluated beyond the physical. They took into account your dreams, your resilience, the tears that fell when no one was looking. The decision was spiritual first, legal second. And now, the outcome has opened a hidden corridor in your timeline. A powerful gatekeeper has whispered your name in a place that you were once blocked from. And now, access has been granted. But with that access comes immense responsibility, and danger, too, because not everyone will celebrate your elevation. Behind closed doors, a woman argued against your name being approved. She tried to discredit your energy, using twisted stories and manipulated fragments of your past. But she underestimated the higher force working through your record. There was a light surrounding your truth she could not dim. And so, her voice was dismissed, silenced by a higher wave of favor. The vote passed. The seal was pressed. The future was altered, and your chapter was crowned with an invisible golden mark. Type Amen to get blessing 947. You're being watched right now, not by enemies, but by those waiting for you to receive this. They need to see how you react when a door finally opens that was once welded shut. Your next move will determine how wide that opening becomes. Archangel Michael says, "This isn't just any door, it's a gate connected to divine rulership, and it's trembling as it prepares to unlock. But it's heavy, and it needs your energy to swing fully open. They have passed the judgment, but you must walk through the result. What you don't see is how your name was placed among others who were rejected. Your approval stunned them. They whispered, 'This one,' in disbelief, but their own inner voice answered, 'Yes. This one has been marked since birth.' Now someone who carries high spiritual rank will soon reach out. They may not introduce themselves with glowing lights, but their presence will disturb the air around you. They come carrying news, a scroll, a decision, a path. Type Amen to get blessing 1120. There is a reason why you've been feeling restless, why your dreams have become more vivid, strange, even intense. It's because your spirit already senses that a judgment has been delivered in your favor, but it comes with a cost. Every blessing of magnitude creates shifts, and not all around you will approve. Someone close to you, someone who has pretended to celebrate you, will be the first to act out when the result of this decision appears in your life. Don't be surprised when their words turn sharp, their support turns silent, and their kindness becomes weaponized. Their true role in your journey is about to be exposed. The power behind the decision didn't just come from Earth. A celestial body moved, literally shifted its placement, and that signal gave clearance for what is coming to you. It is divine, it is powerful, and it is final. You will soon be invited into a place others have been begging to access for years. You, the one they least expected, will be the one chosen. This is not luck, it's divine response to the cries you buried in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 1982. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The path is narrow now, and there is no turning back. Everything has already been activated. A system is aligning to push certain events toward you, even if you try to run. The person in power who judged your case, do not think of them as just a human with authority. Think of them as a vessel, an instrument, used by the unseen to make a holy adjustment in your timeline. They may not even understand why they chose in your favor, but they could not deny what surrounded your name. Archangel Michael says, "You're no longer walking as who you were. That version of you has been archived." The decision shifted your soul contract and altered the spiritual permissions around your life. Expect people to feel uneasy around you without understanding why. You are radiating a verdict they cannot comprehend. You are carrying something they didn't see coming. Type Amen to get blessing 4004. Your energy is no longer aligned with the shadows you once tolerated. The judgment has cast out illusions, torn veils, and set a light upon your path so bright, even your enemies will flinch when you enter. Something has shifted in your favor, and now your very presence will disturb the comfort of liars. The decision made about you is echoing across realms. Even those who have no knowledge of it are being influenced by its effect, walking away from you, revealing themselves, or stumbling in confusion. This is the invisible hand of justice now guiding your path, preparing the space for something much greater. A certain man, calm, influential, and well-protected, has made a call about you. It was brief, but it changed everything. That call has activated a sequence that leads to you being positioned in a way you've never been before. And someone else, unknown to you yet deeply invested in your energy, is already watching to ensure you do not miss this appointed elevation. They have been assigned as a silent guardian of the judgment that has gone in your favor. Type Amen to get blessing 822. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. One mistake from your past almost disqualified you, but something miraculous happened. An unseen hand covered that moment like a cloak, and it was dismissed as irrelevant. That was not coincidence, it was divine intervention, preserving the path because you are meant to rise, not fall. There are those who will act as if nothing has changed, but you will notice their unease. They sense the difference but don't know how to name it. The spiritual realm has already notified them that your frequency has shifted. An envelope has been marked for you, physical or symbolic. It contains access, clarity, and a reward that belongs to no one else. You will not have to fight for it. But you must prepare for it, or you will mishandle it. This decision has not only changed your future, it has cancelled some curses that were hovering in the dark. Those contracts have been burned in silence, and the chains that kept you from rising have been shattered without noise. Type Amen to get blessing 1219. Even now, someone is preparing to meet you and pretend it's by accident. They are part of the new arrangement, someone who will deliver a message, or a confirmation, or simply unlock a doorway. Do not be afraid when they appear, even if their face feels unfamiliar. This moment was pre-written, predestined, but delayed. You had to be tested, broken, reassembled. Now the judgment past has cleared the way for you to walk without guilt, shame, or fear of the future. Your enemies did not expect this. They celebrated too early, thinking you were already buried. But the one in power saw the root of your pain and the depth of your endurance, and decided to favor you instead. The reversal will shock many. A person who once held your progress hostage will now become the evidence of your deliverance. Their grip has been broken, their name removed from the place of control. Type Amen to get blessing 679. A woman connected to the process tried to delay the decision. She used emotional tactics, manipulation, and influence to turn the outcome in another direction. But her power could not match the decree written in light. This woman will soon be exposed, not publicly, but spiritually. Her own world will begin to collapse in quiet moments. The delay she caused will cost her something she never expected to lose. Do not celebrate her fall, observe it in silence. Her actions brought consequences not because of you, but because of the energy she chose to carry. You, however, are being preserved because of the truth you kept even when it hurt. The powerful decision about you did not just rewrite your now, it also affected someone else's timeline. They were depending on your failure to rise. But now they will have to watch you flourish without their permission. Type Amen to get blessing 3011. You will feel it before you see it. The shift is internal first, a sudden peace, a clarity, a strange stillness in the middle of chaos. That is the sign that what was locked is now being delivered. You're not waiting anymore, you're stepping into it. Quietly, firmly, without needing validation. You'll notice your surroundings beginning to obey you, respond to you, clear space for you. A person you admire from afar will soon acknowledge you. They will say something that sounds small, but carries massive confirmation behind it. That is their way of honoring the verdict passed in your favor. Archangel Michael says, your name has been cleared from old accusations, spoken or unspoken, known or unknown. You have been spiritually acquitted. The judgment made about you has rewritten the energy people will feel when they speak your name. Type Amen to get blessing 2417. Your feet are about to be guided into a place you don't feel prepared for, but that's how divine destiny works. It doesn't need your readiness, it requires your obedience. The path will unfold only when you begin walking it. Old structures will reject you now, not because you are unwanted, but because they are unworthy of your upgraded presence. Stop trying to fit where you no longer belong. That's not rejection, it's redirection from heaven. Someone of high authority is having second thoughts, not about judging you, but about not involving you sooner. They're realizing now that your potential was hidden behind the noise, and they're quietly preparing to elevate you. Your name is being whispered in rooms you've never entered. Let that sink in. There are plans being made about your future that have nothing to do with your past limitations. Type Amen to get blessing 1193. Even the systems that once ignored you are starting to shift. Data is being pulled. Names are being reviewed again. And yours is standing out for reasons you didn't even intend. Someone who judged you harshly in the past is being haunted by the image of who you've become. They can't rest until they find out how you survived. Their confusion is divine punishment. Meanwhile, the one who passed the final verdict in your favor sleeps peacefully, because they know they've aligned with truth. Their spirit is at ease, for they followed the energy of justice, not opinion. You may not have received an official letter yet, but you will soon be shown a sign so undeniable, even your doubters will gasp. The decision will manifest in a public way, without you needing to force it. Type Amen to get blessing 555. A person who once turned their back on you will now be forced to turn toward you again. But this time, they will not return with pride, they will return with apology, with hesitation, with regret etched into their expression. They will sense the divine hand that has lifted you and know they can no longer touch you the same way. There will be a sudden change in how others greet you, speak to you, and mention your name. They may not understand why, but spiritually they feel something sacred has touched your path. The air around you will carry weight, your words, your steps, your silence, all becoming more powerful than before. A dream you once had, one you abandoned because it felt impossible, will start coming back to life. You will find traces of it in your daily life again, in conversations, signs, and unexpected messages. That dream is not dead, it was waiting for this judgment to pass. One powerful person's approval has opened ancient doors that no enemy of yours can close again. Even those who work in shadows will be stopped before they can even attempt interference. The heavens are watching now, and nothing done against you will go unnoticed. Type Amen to get blessing 3043. Archangel Michael says, they thought they were burying you, but they were planting something eternal. Now that judgment has been passed, the seed is beginning to rise. It will not be stopped by bitterness, jealousy, or delay. There is someone who has always been spiritually connected to your journey. You do not know their face yet, but they are coming, moved by the same force that judged in your favor. Their arrival will feel like something ancient returning to you. What's strange is that this person who made the final decision about you saw you once in a moment you didn't even notice. Maybe in a hallway, through a photo, on a forgotten report. And something in their soul whispered, this one has something the others don't. You've passed tests that no one even knew you were taking. That's why the verdict surprised even the most confident voices. You have been chosen, not because you are perfect, but because you stayed true when it would have been easier to betray your own light. Type Amen to get blessing 8444. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. The system is shifting in your favor. There are names being removed to make space for yours. Roles, seats, opportunities are being restructured so your energy can finally take its rightful place. Someone who once laughed when your name was mentioned will soon speak it with respect. They will tell others that they always believed in you, but the spiritual realm will know the truth. Their tone changed only after your favor became undeniable. There's a hidden record, something someone once wrote about you in criticism. That document has been pulled, evaluated, and spiritually torn apart. What remains now is the truth, and it's glowing brighter than any accusation ever spoken against you. The judgment past has caused a ripple effect. Your energy has been inserted into timelines that were previously locked. The opportunities that once eluded you are now seeking you with urgency. Type Amen to get blessing 9003. Your presence will begin to irritate people who once tolerated you. It's not because you've changed in attitude, it's because your favor now exposes their lack of integrity. They feel smaller next to your light, and they can no longer pretend to hide it. Do not apologize for the weight you carry now. It was earned through pain, pressure, and waiting in silence while others were elevated before you. The judgment came in your favor because you carried something deeper than talent, you carried divine purpose. You may feel tired right before the breakthrough. That's because spiritual elevation requires energetic release. Don't resist the tiredness, rest in it, and let it prepare you for the shift about to hit. A specific place will call your name soon, a city, a room, a seat, or a digital message. Don't ignore it. Go. It is connected to the decision made about you, and walking into that moment will activate something you've been waiting years for. Type Amen to get blessing 765. A financial increase will arrive not because you chased it, but because judgment favored you. The ones who withheld support will be embarrassed when they see how divine provision overrides human denial. What they refuse to give, heaven will multiply in another form. Someone powerful is trying to get closer to you without alarming you. They've sensed the energy around your name, and they want to align with you before others do. Be wise, not all attention is genuine. But this one has divine permission to approach. In the midst of all this movement, stay grounded. Do not let success create noise in your soul. Let your elevation be peaceful, intentional, and led by your higher self. Archangel Michael says, the judgment that was passed has not only opened new roads, it has sealed old wounds. There is healing coming, healing that is deeper than you even knew you needed. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Someone from your past, who once discredited your efforts, will try to re-enter your life as if nothing ever happened. They are unaware that the decision passed about you has made you untouchable by their former influence. You have risen above them in ways they cannot access. Let them speak, let them try, but keep your eyes forward. The elevation is not behind you, it is ahead, surrounded by people who never once doubted your essence. These are the people who will water your next season. You will soon be offered something that feels too big. You may hesitate. But remember, the decision about you was not made for your comfort, it was made for your purpose. Take it. Own it. You are not being lucky, you are being aligned. This is divine orchestration, not human coincidence. Type Amen to get blessing 1201. This season will reveal who's truly for you and who was only around for your silence. When your name begins to spread, the masks will drop. Watch their reactions more than their words. Even technology, patterns, and algorithms are being manipulated in your favor. Your visibility is about to increase in ways that no marketing or promotion could explain. This is divine broadcasting, your frequency is now too loud to be hidden.